This is Valley News Live at noon.
It's been a busy morning for State Patrol with slippery roads and the wind picking up. Many cars are drifting off the roads. This photo was taken by I-94 by exit 15. And with the road conditions, the best way to stay out of an accident is to slow down. Now here's another one taken on Highway 336 where many cars have been getting stuck and blocking traffic. Troopers say they're seeing more drifting snow in trouble spots on areas prone to drifting, like on and off ramps, intersections, and crossovers. And here's a look at the current road conditions. Interstate 29 from Fargo to South Dakota border is back open, as is Highway 13 from I-29 to Wahpeton. However, I-94, Highway 281, and Highway 46 are still closed. Officials say travel advisories remain in effect and drivers should use caution. And it's been a long week in the weather department, but their forecasting of this storm has been spot on. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to see what's in store for your Friday and weekend. Lisa?
Good morning, or afternoon rather. Our blizzard conditions continue for some in the central part and western part of North Dakota, and even at times for us here in the valley. You can see we've got snow showers coming down here with snow right along the Red River and points west, scattered areas of snow. And that's just dropping southward or south-southwestward at this point in time. So we're watching that snow come down. It's getting blown around by some wind and reducing our visibility yet again between Grand Forks and Fargo. I-29 going to be a tough travel here. And then west of there into parts of Grand Forks County, right over the Mayville radar site, seeing some of that snow. And then more to the west from there into the Devil's Lake area, parts of Stutsman County too. And Fargo, it's just right on that northern fringe of the valley. So of the metro. We're looking at the airport area, stretching up toward Georgetown, that North River area, experiencing some more of that snow, whereas the south end of town not looking as dramatic, though you can see in the distance there is a little bit lowered visibility here. So here's what we're seeing right now for the forecast. We're going to be watching those temperatures sliding back into the teens by the time we get into the afternoon, and just continuing on that general downward trend with scattered snow showers, with that wind causing some issues out there. So we have a couple of alerts here in effect until 6 o'clock tonight. So that gives you an idea how long some of the worst conditions will be lasting. Blizzard warning again for places like Jamestown and then west from there. And then in blue here, that winter weather advisory for a good portion of the heart of the valley. Still getting that snow and blowing snow, just maybe not as intense as what we're seeing a little farther west. So more details on that to come, and a look at your weekend ahead too in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. And the Highway Patrol and DOT shut down interstates for a reason, and when they do, troopers are often stationed near the gates that block traffic. Yesterday, a patrol dash cam caught a semi on I-94. You see it right there near Jamestown, smashing into the gate right in front of the trooper, who had to back up in a hurry to get out of the way. One man is in jail following a stabbing in Jamestown early this morning. Jamestown police say they found the victim with multiple stab wounds in his stomach and has been taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officers say the suspect and the victim worked together at a construction site in Spiritwood, North Dakota. The suspect is Santos Lora from Honduras. He is being held at Stutsman County Jail. Officers say his immigration status is unknown. A man from Sanborn, North Dakota is in jail after backing into a Nebraska state trooper and then leading authorities on an hours-long chase. According to Nebraska Highway Patrol, the trooper saw the semi driving recklessly on Interstate 80 and pulled the truck over. The driver, Casey Martinson, stopped but then accelerated in reverse, hit the squad car, giving the trooper minor injuries. A chase lasted for over 2 hours, with the Highway Patrol using stop sticks to slow the semi. Martinson eventually stopped after losing several tires, but he refused to get out of the vehicle. Now, a K-9 was sent into the cab of the semi, and Martinson was then taken into custody. Charges are pending. The Washington, D.C. bar is recommending that former Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani be disbarred. The recommendation comes after a disciplinary panel tentatively determined that Giuliani likely violated at least one professional conduct rule in his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Pennsylvania. The District of Columbia Court of Appeals will make the final determination on any disciplinary action towards Giuliani. And a bill that would lift the military's COVID vaccine mandate is on its way to the president's desk. The Senate passed the annual National Defense Authorization Act in an 83-11 vote, in addition to lifting the requirement for service members to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The bipartisan bill also authorized a 4.6 pay increase for troops. The Biden administration will again make some free COVID-19 tests available to all U.S. households as it unveils its contingency plan for potential surges this winter. The White House says the COVID response coordinator says that cases are rising across the country, but that it isn't the disruptive force that it once was. Well, lawmakers on Capitol Hill have voted to pass a one-week stopgap bill to temporarily avert a government shutdown. Now, the Senate voted 71-19, extending the funding deadline to December 23rd after the House passed the bill Wednesday. Leaders reached an agreement on a bipartisan framework for a massive government funding bill, which is designed to address modern needs and prevent U.S. federal agencies from functioning on autopilot. Officials are working on the full-year funding measure and hope to pass it in the coming days before breaking for Christmas. It's a television engineer's worst nightmare. 2 towers in South Dakota collapsed under an accumulation of ice from this week's winter storm. An 1,800-foot KDLO tower fell Wednesday morning, and later that morning a second 800-foot tower collapsed, taking out a power line. KELO TV out of Sioux Falls is still available through DirecTV, Dish Network, cable and streaming providers, but some on-air services will be impacted until the tower can be restored. And we had some cleanup to do around the Valley News live studio, clearing the heavy snow off of our satellite. A crew had to get a lift to get up there, but they were able to make it up and back down safely. Well, coming up at noon, it is the season for giving, and experts have found out that giving time or money doesn't just help those in need, it also helps the ones doing the giving. But next, meteorologist Lisa Green will have our weather to plan our day.